Hey, what's up guys? In this video we're going to look at a variety of different things. We've got a time-lapse video we're going to look at, freak storm off the coast of the United States in the upper northeast. I've got what we're describing as mountains in the sky, incredible photo out of Louisiana, some sort of a UFO looking object up in Traverse City, Michigan, a UV reading today, and we're going to start off with the unusual readings in the Schumann resonance. You can find this here at the website. In fact, we're going to go there here in just a moment, but here's a screen grab I took today, and you can see that there's unusual lines, some sort of very tight activity. They remind me of isobars on a weather map, and when you see the lines real close together, that just generally means it's windy in that area. I'm not saying that it's windy per se, but that's what it reminds me of when the lines are very tight like that. These lines represent about 15 minutes apart. And whatever it was persistent for about 8 hours or 7 hours, and then it stopped. And then there's some strong activity behind it. So don't know the source of that energy. You can find it here at the website, link below down in the description box. You can still see the energy on the Schumann data, and then that strong signature behind. And then everything's quiet for a while. So don't know exactly what happened. Sounds pretty quiet. Could be a number of things. We'll have to keep looking around and see. But right now, as of the exact culprit, don't know. There's a giant storm off of the coast of the United States. Not necessarily a superstorm, but a storm that's got the entire Atlantic, or at least the northern basin, stirred up. You can see the high waves here at windy.com. If we go over to the GOES 16 satellite, this storm did something rather unusual. It came off of the east coast of the United States, started its journey up, and like most storms, they continue on into the North Atlantic, sometimes becoming bigger and then sometimes becoming smaller. Well, this storm here decided to stop, turn around, and come back. Check this out. Here's a little video clip I put together from Zoom Earth of the storm, and you'll see it leaving the east coast of the United States and then stopping and doing a complete 360-degree turn. It's in the process of completing it right now. There's the central low pressure. It's around 980 millibars, somewhere around in there. It's not like a tropical storm, even though it's kind of got the characteristics of a tropical storm. You can see today there was a steady flow of winds and rain off and on, rough seas. In fact, the rain still is persisting in the New York area. In fact, many areas in the upper northeast, in parts of New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Boston, been like that all day because of that very unusual storm. And what's so unusual about it is what instigated that thing to stop on a dime, turn around, and come back. Very unusual, but the high waves have been a very common denominator along the coast of the United States, and you can see the white, that's even higher waves. That's in the 20-foot range, in some cases 30-foot range, headed towards Greenland, and quite possibly over into the United Kingdom, Ireland, and Scotland in the next few days. So that's the path that storm is taking. Speaking of New York skies, I've been meaning to share this incredible time-lapse video sent in by Hop and Sin out of the New York area. A full day wrapped up into less than 30 seconds. Here we go. You can see clouds going in opposite directions of each other, multiple layers of the atmosphere at work. You can see the sun coming in for a dive below the horizon. Here comes the moon, the crescent moon, and Venus, and then nightfall. That took all day to complete, wrapped it up in 30 seconds. That's Hoppin' Sin over here at YouTube. You can find the link down below in the description box. Storms rolling through East Texas right now, headed towards Louisiana. Some of these areas are under a flash flood warning. That means there's heavy rain associated with those storms that we were just looking at on the GOES 16, which is right here. You can see the storm starting to get stronger in central Texas, working their way over into eastern Texas and Louisiana. I want to share an incredible picture out of Louisiana sent in by CNNR. And I looked at this and it reminded me of mountains in the sky. Check this out through different filters and stuff. And it's nothing fancy, just some different formats. But this picture looks exactly like a row of mountains in the sky. And if you didn't know this was Louisiana, you'd think that was a mountain backdrop. Look at that. Just an incredible photograph out of Louisiana. There aren't mountains like that in Louisiana. That's unedited, other than the fact that I put it in a different format. That's it. It's not altered in any way. That's the photograph that CNN sent in. Out of DeQuincy, Louisiana. No mountains there, but that looks like a large mountain range in the sky. How about that? Now that's something you don't see every day. Great photograph. Here's another incredible photograph out of Traverse City, Michigan. Trippy Viking. And supposedly, according to the email, this object, whatever it may or may not be, I have no idea. I'm not claiming to know what this is. I'm just passing it along because it's super interesting. Looks like two discs up in the sky that were supposedly seen. So here's one photograph, and these are the originals. This one is slightly enhanced. And you can still see the discs there in the sky in the proximity of the sun. Here it is in a negative format, still there. And then we go in for a closer look, and I do make some modifications and some enhancements. Here we're in very close. Don't know. I've never seen anything quite like that. But supposedly the viewer saw these things in the sky. That's why they took the picture. So very unique photo here out of Traverse City, Michigan. That's in black and white right there. Still in the picture. Here it is in a X-ray format. Still there. Hard to describe. I mean, how would you describe that? A saucer on top of another saucer? Some sort of a disc, two-disc configuration? I don't know. I've never seen anything quite like it. That's the brightness. Now what you've got here is simply inverted. Dark is light, and light is dark, and they're still there. They don't disappear. And a lot of times when you do those types of adjustments, things like that, if they were reflections, would disappear. But they stayed. So not sure exactly what that is, but supposedly the viewer from Traverse City, Michigan saw that in the sky. I took a UV reading today around noon, around 12:30ish, and got a 10.5. That was the maximum UVAB in milliwatts, and the UV at the time was showing an 8. So quite a difference between what I got in my digital reading and what the UV was showing for my area. 8's about typical for April, as the sun's not really fierce yet like it is in the summertime. So 10.5 is normally a summer reading, at least for me in my experience with the UV. So little high for this area and for this time of year. I also have a UVC meter, and I did measure UVC today. Showed up 0.04 milliwatts, which is very, very small. But UVC should not generally be detected at ground level. It's always contained, or at least it always has been contained, at the ozone layer level. And for the most part, it is. The instrument is configured properly, and it did detect something in that frequency range, which is somewhere in the 200 nanometers to like 300 nanometers. It's a quite different range from the UVA and B that we detected slightly over 10 today. So whatever it was registering on this meter. If you guys are new viewers, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, click on the bell. That way you'll be notified each time I upload a new video. If you are a current subscriber, double check, make sure you're still subscribed, and make sure the bell is still active so you'll be notified each time I upload a new video. If you guys have any photos you'd like to share, you can send those to reports at MrMBB333.com. I'm working on several unique ones right now, even as we speak. All the photos end up here at the Sky Phenomena Photo Gallery at the website, and sometimes I use them in a picture slideshow, just like you saw right here. Thanks for watching, have a super day, and be safe out there.